Embrace failure. Embrace it. Embrace it. There's no way you can run from making mistakes. There's no way you can run from making mistakes in life, in the things that we're trying to do, in our goals, in whatever we're trying to do, whether it's being the best parent we can be, being the best father, mother, being the best student, being the best doctor, lawyer, professor. If you have no accomplishments and you're trying to create and bring victory into your life, you got to be willing to embrace, hold on to failure. You have to be willing to fail. To me, failing is trying, trying, trying to do something, trying something over and over again. It's like it's like a kid, right? He has training wheels, a little 5-year-old, 6-year-old trying to ride his bike, right? And he starts off with the training wheels on the side of the back part of his tire, right? And he's riding, right? He's doing it every day, every day. What is his goal? What is his parents' goal? Their goal is to try to get that child to learn how to ride that bike at the end of the day without training wheels. Training wheels are essential if you want to learn how to ride your bike. Now, there's many different ways to learn how to ride your bike. But one of the methods is through training wheels. Eventually, the parents are going to take the training wheels off, or the dad, or the mom in some cases, going to take those training wheels off and say, hey, son, or hey, daughter, today you riding with no training wheels. Are they going to fall? Are they going to have some scrapes and bruises? Are they going to make mistakes? Yes, they will. They will make mistakes, but they're not going to stop there. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep getting up, get a little couple scrapes, couple bruises, and they get right back on the bike and do it again and again until they what? Until they get good at it. And then they start riding, and they wobbling, and they start turning, and then they fall. Then they ride again, start wobbling, and do the same thing all over again. Embrace failure. Embrace making mistakes. Embrace not getting it the first time. And we must be like children. If we want to reach our goals, we want to make things happen, we got to think like that. We got to be resilient. We got to be no matter what kind of people, or no matter what kind of mindset. We got to be I will and I can. We got to have that kind of attitude. And I'm not going to stop until I get it, until I make it happen. Embrace failure. Once again, a baby's trying to learn how to walk. He doesn't just get up and walk, or she doesn't just get up and walk. They're climbing on stuff. They're looking at looking at the parents, looking at their siblings, looking at other people walking. Eventually, they want to do what they do. They don't sit there and go, "Oh, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm a baby." You can't tell a baby they can't do something. They're going to do it anyways. It's innately in them to get up and get moving. That's their goal. They start off not talking, but it's innately in them to do what? To start talking. They start hearing mom and dad talk, siblings talk, family members talk, friends or whatever, and they start what? Start talking. So you don't just get it. You got to work at it. You got to try. You can do it. You can do it. I had I have to embrace fear. And somebody that tells you they don't deal with fear, or they're at times not, that they're always sure of themselves, and no, they're lying. I'm able to be transparent. I have no problem with it. When I went to court to get full custody of my children, I did whatever it took to make sure I won. I didn't have an attorney. She did. I didn't have an attorney. Family court. And I went to that court for almost a year to make it happen. I got my facts together. I got documentation with beast representation. And I went up in there embracing fear. And eventually, courage took its place and fear ran away. That's what you got to do. Take a little step and stay consistent. Don't take the big ones. Take the little ones and keep going. And eventually, things happen. Of course, God had a lot to do with it, but I had enough sense to know I got to put forth the effort, and God will take care of the rest. I got to put forth the effort. No one else is going to do it for me. And I did it without an attorney. We're talking about embracing fear, taking control of fear, wrestling with it, taking it down, and eventually it disappears. Eventually it disappears. And courage sets in, and now you're walking in courage. I had faith. Faith is another thing. Believing in the things you can't see. Having nocturnal vision. Being able to see in the dark. And believing that God is going to do his part. He's going to show up and show out. But in order for him to show up and show out, you got to do your part. You got to be fearless. You got to be like King David. King David, when he handled the giant, he wasn't in fear. And if he was in fear, he put that to the side. He started picking up them rocks, used that slingshot, and he handled it. He dealt with it. He wasn't worried about the odds. He wasn't worried about fear. He dealt with that a long time ago. He said, I'm done. I'm moving forward. I'm dealing with this. When everybody else was afraid, he stepped forward. A child. We're talking about a child. We're talking about a child. Again, a child. We can do this. You can do it. Embrace your fear. Embrace your fears. One little step at a time. One little step at a time. That's how you do it. The greats that we think about, right? Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Tony Robinson, Zig Ziglar, anybody we could think of. They started off with a little bit. And that little bit got bigger and bigger and bigger. And next thing you know, it just blew up. It blew up. They couldn't even stop it if they wanted to. We all have that in us. If we stick to what we believe and embrace fear and stay consistent. Stay consistent. I believe that you'll like this. You'll put those thumbs up. Let me know what you would like me to talk about. And let's embrace fear. Let's embrace fear. I don't know about you, but I'm handling it every day. It's going to come, but I'm not going to stay knocked down. I'm getting up every time, and I'm fighting even harder and harder and harder and harder until I get what I'm looking for, and that's victory. And you can get it too. Let's get it.